Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Tech Insight with Arun. Please subscribe to my channel for more interesting informational videos. Today we'll discuss about the Snowflake database. How can we set up a new account on the Snowflake site? How can we create the new database, new table, and the new stages, or we could say a different database objects, and to load the data into a sample table. Now let us quickly move on the Snowflake site. Here you can search for the Snowflake and so go through this official Snowflake website, and here it will ask you for the sign up, and this will be your 30-day free account you can create on the Snowflake, which includes $400 of the usage, and after that you will have to buy this subscription, but at least for 30 days we could learn the things around the Snowflake. So you can fill this form by adding your first name, last name, the company email. So if you don't have company email, you can add your personal email. Then for the company name, even you could add any sample company name, or you could include your own name. In the role, you could select the role from here. If you are a student, select the student. Otherwise, select the relevant option here. Then select your country based on which country you're from, and then click on the continue. So once you click on the continue, you will be receiving one email from the Snowflake for creating your username and password. So click on that link and set up your username and password, and then log in back to the Snowflake account. So once you log in back, you will you will come on you will see this kind of a um, homepage. Then what all things are here? So we could set up a new project here. We could set up a databases. So whatever we could create a different SQL worksheets based on the application or based on the databases, and that will be displayed here. Now let us quickly create a new database here. So click on the data, then databases. Now here you will see a plus button with the database. So click on that and give a specific name here. So let's say I will give demo 1. Then here is the option to add the comment, or you can describe what the purpose of this database, and then click on the create. So this will be creating a demo 1 database for you. So all the databases that you are going to create will be displayed here. So click on this demo 1, and then here you can see this is the empty database. Now you need to set up the schema. So click on this plus button to add the relevant schema. So let's say demo 1 schema. Okay, so and then click on the create button. So this will be creating a demo schema for you. Now you can see the schema here. Now within this schema we could create a different database objects. So like you can see a number of options here, like creating a table, creating views, stages, or sequence. So all these objects we could create within the schema. We can explore each of these things one by one in the upcoming videos, but for now we'll go ahead with the table creation. So there are two options: either you can create table from here, from file, or with the standard approach, or you could directly, if you have a direct create table script, you could directly execute that DDL command. So let us create one new SQL worksheet. So let's say this is the new SQL worksheet. So here we can see we are using the extra small warehouse. This is the warehouse that Snowflake supports. So there are different options, like since this is the free account, we are getting only the extra small, but there could be multiple options like small, large, extra large, large options, and this will define what is the cost, what is the costing for your project. And the warehouse you have to select based on your requirement, like if you, how fast you want your query to execute, or how scaling you want in your application. Based on that you have to take a decision which warehouse to use, but for now we'll go ahead with the extra small. So the costing part will cover in the upcoming videos, how the costing will vary based on the warehouses and based on the queries. But now let us focus on creating the sample table. So here we have option to select the database. So let's say we just created a demo one database. So we'll select that. Then within that demo one database, we have one schema, that is a user defined schema, demo one schema. So we'll select that. And then we could add a DDL script here. So let's say I have some DDL script, sample DDL script created for customer. So I will paste it here. So you can select this query and you can hit on this run button here, and this table will be created for you. Now let us load some sample data into this table. So to load a data, like it is there are multiple ways. Either we could load the data from the file, or we could directly add the insert DML queries, or we can load the file into the internal stages, or we could take the file from the external stages and load that file into the customer table. Now let us quickly generate some sample data. So I have a query written already, so which will generate a sample data for us. So we can pass here the number of rows we require. So let's say I need 300 rows. And the first name last name I have given just a sample strings, which will be auto generated using the sequence numbers. So let us quickly execute this. So to execute this, we have one of the approach. Either we can click on this run button, or we could click on the control enter. So this will execute your query. So if you see, the 300 rows are inserted. Now let us see the select output of this table. Okay, so with this we could see, okay, 300 rows are written by the query within 484 milliseconds, so which is very fast comparative to other relational databases. So now with this data, like if you see, we have added the sequences. So the first name is added with the sequence number up to 300. Similarly, the other columns are populated correctly. Now we could have the schema designed earlier, and we could create a number of databases into that. We could add the constraints, and since the Snowflake is a relational database and it is a columnar database, meaning that the indexing are happening on the column basis, or you could say the within the file system, your files are getting created based on the column, not based on the rows. In the other row based relational databases, the uh, files are file format it is preparing to store the data on the row basis. But here in the columnar databases, it is storing the data based on the columns. So the indexing part is much improved in these columnar databases. We don't have to explicitly define the indexes. Snowflake internally takes care like which index to apply, and it decides based on the number of columns you're giving in the select list. Let's say you're just mentioning the first name in your select, so it will just apply the index on the first name on the customer table. So here table scan will definitely happen. The column name is different. Okay, so here indexing, it will use the index on your first name, and it will scan your customer table for first name. Since as I mentioned, we are storing the data based on the column basis, so we don't have to scan the other columns as we don't need that. So that is the reason Snowflake is giving result very quickly. And the primary purpose for the Snowflake database is for maintaining your warehouse. And in a recent days, we could we could see in the industry it is getting actively used for transactional systems as well, as it is pretty fast to read the data. Even the write operations are also pretty fast if you are not using any text specific or the block specific columns. The write write operations are also pretty fast, so we can use this database for the analytics purpose as well as for the transactional purpose. I hope you like this video. Please do remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being till here.